20-year-old student Najwa has turned her K-pop dreams into cash. She spent 100 million rupiah attending 6 concerts in South Korea, Singapore and Malaysia in the past year. That's about 18 times the minimum salary for a young worker in Jakarta, where she lives. How does she afford it? She's managed to turn her attendance at each concert into a money-making venture. Her most profitable income stream is a hand carry service known locally as Just Tip.
Namanya jasa titip atau Just Tip ya. Aku menyediakan jasa titipan barang yang memang eksklusif yang hanya ada di konser tersebut. Jadi sistemnya sebelum aku berangkat ke luar negeri untuk nonton konser, jadi aku open pre-order terlebih dahulu. Nanti mereka akan memilih barang yang memang mereka inginkan dan mereka akan DP. Lalu saat aku ada di konser tersebut, aku akan antri untuk merchandise dan saat barangnya itu aku dapetin, mereka akan membayar pelunasannya.
Because of her own passion, she's able to source out K-pop items that are rare and not sold in Indonesia, like trading cards, dolls, and banners, and offers to bring them home for fans who aren't able to travel themselves.
Untuk Just Tip sendiri, kenapa populer? Karena kalau dilihat, fans-fans K-pop di Indonesia itu suka banget untuk koleksi, apalagi barang-barang yang eksklusif yang hanya ada di konser.
Najwa charges 10 to 15% of the item's price, depending on how expensive it is and how heavy it is to carry home. Just Tip is her most lucrative income stream. It typically covers the cost of concert tickets when she travels. When she attended the Momentum concert in Seoul last year, she spent 45 million rupiah in total, but earned back 10 million in Just Tip alone. Najwa is now working towards saving up about 50 million rupiah to cover flights, tickets, and accommodation as well as food for an upcoming tour in Singapore and Malaysia. No small change for a university student.
Untuk tiket konser sendiri sebenarnya untuk beberapa negara itu berbeda-beda, tapi biasanya aku ambil yang VVIP, biasanya itu di sekitar 4 juta sampai 5 juta, itu sudah termasuk pajaknya. Aku selama setahun belakangan ini juga banyak apply fansign, biasanya kita apply fansign itu spending money-nya lebih banyak, karena kita harus beli album juga yang banyak, karena kan sistemnya raffle ya, jadi mungkin itu aku bisa ngeluarin sekitar 30 juta rupiah. Dan untuk merchandise sendiri aku punya budget biasanya dalam setahun itu aku hanya mengeluarkan sekitar 10 juta rupiah aja.
The nursing undergrad is a super fan of groups like NCT 127, NCT Dream, Wave, and Wish.
Jadi di sini aku punya albumnya Mark dan dia tuh emang baru first solo ini. Terus kemarin aku sempat foto bareng juga sama Mark. Terus ada juga album yang susah banget didapetin dan ini tuh lumayan mahal. Kalau misalnya sekarang tuh sekitar mungkin sekian ratus rupiah. Aku nggak tahu juga sekarang berapa, tapi waktu itu aku lumayan murah dapetinnya. Oh ternyata kalau misalnya suka K-pop atau suka band apapun, ternyata mereka ada konsernya dan kita juga butuh effort untuk mengeluarkan biaya.
She also supplements through her online store, coming up with her own shipping system.
Awal mula aku lihat banyak orang yang cari barang-barang merchandise K-pop dan ternyata itu sulit juga untuk ordernya karena kita harus order di website Korea sendiri dan website Korea sendiri kalau dikirimkan langsung ke Indonesia itu sangat mahal.
Najwa plugged that gap by collaborating with a Korean friend to ship items over at a lower cost. She sells K-pop albums and merchandise in her online store, focusing on rare items not easily found in Indonesia. The price of these can range from 10,000 to 1 million rupiah. Najwa sells them at a markup of 30%. Indonesia is a major consumer of K-pop content. ranking 3rd globally and the 1st in Southeast Asia, with 7.4 billion on-demand audio and video streams in 2023 alone. So Najwa has a huge market of customers willing to splash money on their idols. Najwa's 3rd income stream evolved as she became more popular online.
Hai guys, jadi karena sebentar lagi kita mau konser di JIS, pasti kan panas-panasan. Dan yang terpenting itu pasti wangi-wangi kan, biar kita tuh nggak bau pas kena matahari. Jadi aku baru aja dapet barang dari...
She gets 10 million rupiah a month on average by endorsing skincare and beauty brands on her social media pages. On a good month, Najwa might earn anywhere between 20 and 25 million rupiah. It's good money for a university student, but it's not a stable income. There are months she earns just 1/10 that amount if there are no concerts or new albums. Najwa's income from her side hustles has given her a taste of financial independence. She puts aside 20% of her earnings for daily expenses, like transportation, school supplies, and meals. The rest she spends on her business and on her K-pop experiences.
Dari penghasilan aku itu biasanya aku di luar dari K-pop aku pakai uangnya untuk keperluan kuliah aku sendiri dan juga untuk jajan aku sendiri. Jadi setiap bulannya aku nggak setiap hari atau nggak tiap bulan minta sama orang tua kayak gitu. Nonton ini kali ceritanya. Iklan dulu.
Still, she admits she's fortunate her parents still pay for her university tuition fees, which come up to more than 12 million rupiah a year. They're happy to do so, as long as she funds her K-pop craze on her own, hoping that it will instill lifelong lessons for her.
Saya kepengen ya memberi pelajaran ke anak-anak saya itu semua. Kalau bisa hidup mandiri, punya hobi, dari hobi sendiri apa penghasilan sendiri lebih bagus. Asal jangan sampai ya namanya kita kehidupan kan nggak selalu mampu ya, apalagi konser gitu ya Mbak ya. Aduh, nggak kebayang deh buat bayar ini itu apa bayar tiketnya aja ngedenger aja. Wah, nggak mungkin gitu karena dan kehidupan kita gitu.
Najwa isn't sure she'll continue her side businesses after she starts working full-time. For now, she's enjoying being a fangirl and coming home with a profit.